Hello and welcome back. So today we have got a album review for you. It is the start of a brand new book, which can only signify that the old book is being put to rest after we do the end of year list, which is right here. But I don't want to show you that. I don't want to spoil that for you guys. So you can look forward to that soon. As you know, today's video, this afternoon's video, whatever it is, wherever you are, is the album that is, how can I word this? The re-emergence of a band. So, what am I talking about? This is the album Umbra Mortis by She Must Burn. Now, I've been a fan of She Must Burn since I stumbled upon them back when I was in college. So we're looking around 2015, 2016, around the time their self-titled EP was released. Not long after that, we had the Grimoire album in 2017, which was pretty bloody good. I enjoyed Grimoire more than the self-titled EP, with full honesty. Then, not long after Grimoire, the band went on a hiatus. The singer left, I think. I don't really know where he went. I used to follow him on Instagram and he kind of just disappeared off the face of the earth. I think his name the guy that sung used to be called Sinclair or something. I don't really remember. But yeah, so like I said, we had an EP, we had an album, and then they went on hiatus. The singer left and everything was up in the air. But then the band popped back up. I think it might have been around 2018, 2019 with a single with new singers, and the lineup looked promising. Like I said, the old dude was gone, and in turn we were blessed with the vocals of one Kyle Lamb and the phenomenal Valis Volkova. One second. Apologies for that. Had to pause. Cat needed tending to. But yes. So we were blessed with Kyle Lamb and Valis Volkova behind the vocals, and the rest of the band, James, Jack, Frankie. We had James and Jack are the guitarists. Frankie, I believe, is the bassist, and Steve is on drums. I forgot to write down their last names, but yeah. Quickly forming a cohesive unit of fucking brilliance. They're all incredible at what they do, and this is a 10-track. I think the album runs roughly for 37 to 38 minutes. Seen two different places say two different times, but it's a beauty. Easily the best thing the She Must Burn umbrella have put out. So, let me stop gushing over how good it is and give you the rundown. And with that, it's time for me to show you all track number 1, 9, which runs for about 1 minute and 22 seconds. Slow piano, ambient rain, as Valis's powerful vocals enchant the listener and flows really nicely into track number 2, The Rats in the Walls which runs for just shy of 4 minutes, I believe. This starts with the crisp vocals of Mr. Kyle Lamb, who has a dirty yet well-pronounced vocal that just flows from really deep to quite a high-pitched, like, thick vocal without effort, it seems. And then you have Valis on the chorus, who pairs so perfectly. Like, this is something I'll delve into on later tracks, but Kyle and Valis's vocals are like bread and butter. They're so different, yet they work so well together. Like, Kyle has this deep, powerful, guttural demonicness, and then you've got this like really classical, operatic, you know, it just... I've used it before, but it is almost enchanting, weirdly, vocal from Valis. And you would think like an operatic, almost classical trained female vocal style wouldn't really work in a blackened death metal sort of area. Can you tell I've not long woken up? But they do. They pair so well. And once again, just want to say, they do what they do really well. Like, honest to fuck. And a lot of that is shown in the next few tracks, with track 3 of Blood and Bone, 3 minutes 50. Now this one was one of the singles off of this album, and I can't remember if this may have been the one that they released to kind of announce the new lineup. I have a feeling it was, but I could be wrong. I'm sure if I am wrong, someone in the comments can correct me on that one. But this one really shows Kyle's speed in his delivery and the way that he delivers things in full force. My favourite line of that being, "Bring me the still beating heart of every bastard child on the virgin earth. It's what I long for. I do not care what it costs or who it hurts. Just bring me the tribute, the fucking sacrifice." And not to mention the chorus between Kyle and Valis, which is shorter but still rather impactful. And obviously that excerpt that I chose to represent this specific song sounds so good coming out of Kyle's vocals. It really is, like, the delivery and everything is just whew. And the bloody cat is being a pain in the ass again. 1 second. Fuck. Right, let's try this for a third time with track number 4 now. I do apologise for the cuts here and there. The weather's not that great on the day of recording this, and my cat's being a clingy little shit. So, track number 4. Umbra Mortis, 4 minutes and 22 seconds. The title track here has some awesome vocal delivery as always, but the drum work, especially here, and the guitars really stand out on this song. I don't know what it is about them, honestly, but the musicianship on this album and like this song especially just felt second to none. Like, you can almost feel the like effort they put into making this album, and you can like really feel the passion behind it. But yeah, like I said, the union again between the devilish vocals and lyrics and in Kyle's vocal range and styles just being displayed in its full brilliance is, like I said, once again, it's kind of like juxtaposed almost by the angelic classical tones of the cleans and stuff that Valis does really well, and the chorus of "Sewn limb from limb at one free from sin, encapsulated my vision. Though these torturous figures now haunt my volition, I dare not deny the artist inside. Acting out God was the sum of my life. My offerings done, lump now a sun, I stitched betwixt dusk at dominion of night." I really struggle to read some of my handwriting there. Shows what I was saying about like the way that they word things. It's very like almost old time-esque, I guess, like with like the words like betwixt, volition, things like that. It really does have almost like Victorian kind of vibe to it, but it also gives very much Frankenstein's monster vibes throughout this beastly track. And once again, it is a fucking banger. Like, almost every song on this album serves a purpose, and I think is put in an order that really does work well, and it keeps the album flowing, keeps the album moving along. It's just crafted so beautifully. And with that, we do move on to track number 5, Eulogy, which is 5 minutes and 9 seconds. This track, dare I say it, is a fucking masterpiece. The guitars, perfect. The drums, fucking spot on. The vocals, eargasmic. That's not even a thing, but that's what it is. This band easily show their all in every song, but this is something else. This is their magnum opus. This is, the fucking crown jewel, the holy grail. This is one of the best She Must Burn songs, easily. And I fucking love the music video as well for it. If you haven't seen it, after this, go and look up the Umbra, Mortis and Eulogy like videos and things. I think Umbra Mortis is a lyric video, but it's still so cool. And the fucking Eulogy one as well is ugh. And there's another one as well which has a very good music video, which is Incantation, which is a little later on in the album. We'll save that. But yeah, like I say, if you haven't seen it, go look it up. Also, the chorus by Valis, fucking stellar. I fell into a darkness that plagued of both our minds. As the gardens wilt and decay, I wish once more to change that night. Like, that is the chorus, and it's so catchy. The amount of times after listening to this album, I find myself just sitting there and that bloody thing like pops into my head. I've lost track. And that solo in the song, yeah, chef's kiss once again, so good. After that, it's hard to follow it up, but they do still keep going. They keep throwing those fucking gems right at your forehead. Track number 6, Misery Eternal. Starts with a 20-second like slow intro. Not slow, but almost like a little intro before Kyle's vocals come in. They just cut effortlessly into the track and are relentless and gold, like pure gold these guys are. The symphonic tones which allow Valis to take center stage at points as well, she just soars over them, shows her like range and power. fucking beautifully. These guys genuinely know how to greatly craft a track to show every single member's strengths and like highlight what each one of them can do, and it's just so good. And moving on, we have track number 7, which is a truer hell and runs for 2 minutes and 20, 2 minutes 21, which is a soft classical-esque piano interlude. It serves as a nice pace change from the blasting beauties before it, and it also simultaneously leads quite nicely into the 8th track, Incantation. Loved it. I had a hair in my mouth. Ugh. Which runs for about 4 minutes and 56 seconds, I think. Now this one, is a fast pacing throughout. The drums pound away whilst the guitars chug and crawl cleanly over it, and the pre-chorus of "I can feel vigour exit my lungs, posthumously vomit, most twisted of tricks, I'd die for your life, but my love made you sick," and the joint chorus where Kyle's vocals back up Valis's cleans and operatic style works so well. And dare again, may I say, masterpiece. Like, genuinely, fucking, these guys are so good at their craft. And I'm not just blowing smoke up their ass. Like, I do think She Must Burn will be one of those names high up on people's lists this year. Moving on, we have track number 9, Souls Asunder, which is just shy of 4 minutes. I think it's like roughly about 3 minutes and 58 seconds. And this is more of the same fast-paced, well-crafted stuff that we've come to know from this album. The guitars and drums are brilliant, as always. Kyle has some nasty gutturals in this one, and Valis, as always, floats over the blazing instrumentals and just delivers a sheer, memorable performance from everyone. There is, honest to God, not a single weak song on this track. Even the classical piano interlude, I fucking like. It just fits so well, and it really does kind of get you in that placement for like the final 3 or 4 songs. It just really, really does fit, you know? Like, She Must Burn was a jigsaw puzzle missing its pieces. Even when they had vocalists, it felt, I have seen other people say this too, it felt like something was missing. And I think it's safe to say whatever was missing, they fucking found it. And buckets full of it, because it's unrecognizable, like almost like the style. Like if you compare Grimoire to Umbra Mortis, I know it's 2 completely different vocalists, but you know, it's just night and day. Like, don't get me wrong, like I said, I did like the old vocalist, but I know other people I've seen online haven't been his biggest fan of his vocal range, you know, his delivery. Whereas I've seen people saying nothing but good things about Kyle Lamb and Valis, and I must agree, like I said, like I've been saying throughout this entire review, which I do still have one more song to do. They do pair so well. But anyway, I'll save my other thoughts for the final thoughts, and I will get on with track number 10, The Serpent. which runs for about 3 minutes and 56 seconds. And as the final track, it's a great way to end off what is already a phenomenal fucking album. It carried on the ferocity from all the others, and I obviously have to say that the vocals on it and the musicianship was once again up to such a high standard. Like, they just don't disappoint. So, that's the 10 tracks. What are my thoughts? Final thoughts on this album. It's really well crafted. From the guitars and the drums to the disgustingly great vocal displays from Kyle and Valis, they all have a part to play, and they play it perfectly. And I want to commend the band for such a great comeback. This is easily your best lineup, and I cannot wait to see you guys carry on kicking ass and hopefully making more masterpieces like this. Like I said, I know this won't be everyone's cup of tea, but I feel like if you're fans of symphonic, blackened death metal, and you're not shy about cleans in your death metal, She Must Burn. She Must Burn she must be on the top of your list, honestly. Like, you know, everyone's like raving about Lorna Shore's Pain Remains, which released on the same day as this. Don't get me wrong, I like Pain Remains. That is my next album review. That'll be coming up after this, don't worry. But this probably would shock a few people. This album overshadowed Pain Remains. Because, for me, don't get me wrong, right? I like the symphonic blackened style. It's one of my favourite types of thing in 2022. But I like it when they keep it fresh, which is what She Must Burn does. Each song sounds different, yet it still has the same ferocity, still has the same enchanting vocals, and the like, almost like tug between good and evil almost sort of thing. Whereas with Lorna Shore, it is obviously Will's one style throughout most of the album, which can get a little bit, you know, tedious over time. Ooh, did I say that? Yeah, I did. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I do like it. I'm not shitting on Lorna Shore. But this is a godly album. And the cat is being a bellend again. I'm going to finish it. You'll have to wait. Just hang on, darling. So, obviously this is a 10 out of 10. No questions asked. No answers given. Top tracks for me, it's kind of hard because all 10 out tracks are so good. But since I only picked 4, we're going to go Eulogy, number 1. Umbra Mortis, number 2. Incantation, number 3. Misery Eternal, number 4. Those are the 4 tracks that shine throughout. They are the best ones you could pick out if you're unsure if She Must Burn would be your style. If you don't like, for example, Eulogy, you probably won't like the rest of the album, because obviously, like I said in the song review, Eulogy is one of the best tracks on the album. So, like I say, it's all personal preference at the end of the day, but I really do implore you, check out She Must Burn, Umbra Mortis. Bloody good album. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next video at some point very soon, with the Lorna Shore Pain Remains album. And with that, all that is left to be said is, remember, stay safe out there, my friends.